Welcome everyone. It is that time of the year, isn't it, where we're coming out of the darkness and we're introducing some colour into our lives. So we have got a selection of fabulous shoes for you. Just look at all the colour that you can see there. Sheila and I are dressed for much warmer weather than we're having right now, but we're heading in the right direction. So stick around, we've got a fabulous choice to come. Just perfect timing to have a look at what's in the wardrobe right now and say, right, okay, you relegated to the loft because I need some colour. This is lovely. I love the fact that there's a bit of metallic going on in this as well. Often with metallics, it's been slightly more formal shoes, but we are where we are in the world right now. So I love the fact we've got some metallics in something that's really fresh, really modern, something light and easy, Sheila, as well. We can just wander around the house in.
Incredibly light, beautiful, and the leather is so incredibly soft as well. And I love it that the offset with that lovely sole unit in that sort of off creamy white, which is gorgeous.
It's brilliant, and I love that. I love any shoes that have that contrast sole. The good thing about not going out so much right now is the fact that we can keep those lovely soles at that lovely bright white, can't we?
Nice and clean.
Yeah, it's a bit easier, isn't it? Now listen, we've got a heck of a lot of colour choices here as well, so I think there might be a lot of shopping going on here.
Do you know, the colours are lovely. They're slightly muted, so they're not shouty, but absolutely gorgeous colours, and they look expensive colours as well.
Now, we need to get to the ones that you've got on right now and need to identify the colour that you've got because it's beautiful.
I think this one is the multi.
Yes.
I definitely do.
I think it is.
And there's some lovely shades in this one, actually.
Yeah,
because it's got that little bit of metallic running through there. But I thought these went very well with my blouse.
They do. Absolutely brilliant. Just nice to start wearing colour again and having that kind of light, fun shoe and lots of colours to choose from.
Yeah, and something that is so well made and that beautiful soft leather.
Fabulous price too. Right now, we're all into things that are light, easy, you can just throw it on with anything, and this is just perfect. These come back season after season after season. Why? Because they're so popular and they're so comfy, Sheila, as well, because you've got something here which has the feel of a trainer but isn't big and clumpy. It's nice and sort of sleek.
It's just so incredibly sort of streamlined, quite sort of high-end in its look, and all that luxe fashion that there is out there, all that leisure wear that actually is a little bit more high-end as well.
Yes.
These are going to work perfectly with. Now, obviously, at the moment, yes, we want comfort. That is one of the main things in our lives. But I think these are all year round. And because they're made so well, this is going to go into next year, the year after. These are going to be in your wardrobe for time to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you should, when you see something like this and you think, oh, actually, ordinarily that might not be my kind of style, but I am at home a lot more. I'm not going out as much. I do want something that's comfortable. I do want that feeling that I want to get out of my slippers into some shoes and have some, you know, sort of
just nice
function to your day.
Absolutely. And I think with these are just that little bit different, especially the ones that I'm wearing with that lovely multicolour.
I love those.
But the other two, you know, if you want to stay safe a little bit with the black or the navy, absolutely fantastic. But just to say with these, Derek, they are a standard fit. But what's really nice about them, you've got that zip in the middle there that you can loosen a little bit if your feet swell a bit through the day.
So also easy to get in and out of them as well. These are super nice, I have to say. They're really funky and trendy. They've got a really lovely modern edge to them as well. Without, as well, and I say this all the time, without you being a great big poster for one of those sort of big companies, do you know what I mean? Which sometimes can be a little bit too much. Aren't they beautifully styled? You've got this almost kind of like an animal skin look, haven't you, at the front and the back?
Which is really nice. And on the rose gold one, it's a little bit more metallic, but I just think these are gorgeous. There's a shoe shop near to me, Derek, that would have these in their window at sort of 70, 80 pounds. And people wouldn't even balk at that because they look so fabulous.
Absolutely.
But they are such a gorgeous looking pump. I mean, this is something that you can really sort of, like when we're all wearing our leisure things, but actually look quite high-end
Yeah,
with these.
absolutely. I mean, I've just glanced down at the price on the screen here, and you can see it, obviously, if you're looking at these on the website right now. And I think, oh gosh, actually, you know, like the price of everything has gone up. How are these such a reasonable price tag?
And they look fantastic, but let me tell you, you know, with that big white sole there, you actually sink down into that, so you've got so much comfort underfoot as well. Now, I've done it the modern way, which normally I don't, but those laces,
you
can actually, fasten them with the bow, but the zip at the side is just there for fancy, Derek.
I love it. I think it's really, really good. I think the colour you're wearing will absolutely fly out of the door. But I do like the fact that there's a white as well.
Yes.
Because that feels like, you know, fresh new start. Maybe you're doing a little bit more walking and maybe these are the ones to get you motivating. I know every single time I've got Turkish leather in my hands, because you can see straight away it's just so pliable, it's just so flexible, and that means ultimately that it's going to be so comfortable. Again, you get the joy of the job, Sheila, here, don't you?
I certainly do, and they are a joy to wear because they are so supple, so soft. They're like something you've had for years and they've worn in and they're about to be thrown out, but you daren't get rid of them because they're so comfortable. And don't you just love this colour that I'm wearing?
Yes, it's lovely.
Like porcelain, isn't it?
Yes.
It's beautiful, and the thing is as well, it's quite unique with that sole unit underneath, which is incredibly comfortable to walk on.
I love it. I know we're calling these lace-up trainers, but actually, I think they're a nice sort of crossover, really, aren't they?
They are. I mean,
they're not quite a moccasin.
No.
You know, like it's got that sort of moccasin vibe to it, hasn't it? A little bit. The trainer base, I guess you could call it a slightly more trainery base, but I just love it. I think this is going to be so universally popular.
And the thing is, you've got so many colours to choose from, and that's where you know it's a popular shoe.
Yeah.
Because we have so many beautiful colours. I can't really choose which one's my favourite.
I have to say, I am loving that mustard and that gorgeous deep green as well. I think we're calling it khaki, are we? I think they're lovely, yeah. Really nice. If you want a good, dependable style, then we will always have it for you here at Pavers. Of course, now we are celebrating 50 years in the shoe business, and this is what we do so incredibly well. Something that is a good everyday style, but with comfort to the max, Sheila. Oh,
definitely.
My word.
Yeah, and I think the thing is with this one as well, well, actually, when you think about Pavers, we actually do every single age group that you can imagine.
Absolutely.
Except for children's. But I think this one is the type of shoe my mum would love to wear.
Yeah.
And if she was going to a little meeting or something like that, still wants to be a little bit dressy, but extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
I think this one fits that bill.
Yeah, and actually, do you know what? It's funny, isn't it? Because, you know, as time goes by and as we all as we all move on a little bit, I mean, listen, I'm 25 3/4 plus VAT now. Actually, you tend to look more at, are these good ingredients that are being used as well? Because the price, you know, is that giving me something that is going to last for a long time?
Very true. And I think with this one, definitely, because the upper is beautiful, it's really well made, you've got a really nice sole unit, and it is something you can pop on first thing in the morning and forget that you're actually wearing them. They're going to be comfort all the way through.
Do you know what? Straight away, when you look at these, they will instantly take you back to holidays that you have been on. Now, I know holiday is a bit of a sore subject right now, but do you know what I mean, Sheila?
I do.
It's almost those kind of styles that you see that when you're somewhere exotic and sunny.
It's summing up a bit of an espadrille.
Yes, I suppose it is a little bit.
In a different sort of way with that lovely soft leather. And I didn't even need to know or look where these came from.
No, I know. You feel and you see that flexibility straight away,
That's
don't
right.
you?
Just
and
beautiful Turkish leather.
Absolutely. Now, there's an interesting look on the blue. whereas the sole almost has been sort of pre-aged for you a little bit.
Yeah, that's
hasn't it?
right. So it's got the two-tone on there as well.
I quite like that.
Yeah, and it just makes it look a little bit different. But then on the lovely tan, that's got sort of like a sole unit that actually marries in with the tan quite well. And then you've got that lovely stitching on there too. But you were actually talking about the sole unit because it's got all those little nodules on the bottom. You don't feel that underfoot. All that's going to do is give you a really good grip.
It's nice and textured. I don't know whether you can see. We'll get in and have a look, because at the bottom there, it's almost like, see, being a boy, I describe them as like mini football studs, but they're really, really not, because they're much smaller and shallower than that. And I wondered whether you can feel them, but
No, you don't feel them underfoot, but that's just going to be great for grip underfoot as well.
Fabulous. Now we've got a pump here, and see, I love this. I love this time of year, and I love the fact that we're crossing over seasons, but we're also crossing over styles here as well, because although we call this a pump, it's almost got a slightly trainer-esque look to it, and it's a little bit wedgy looking, Sheila, as well.
It is a little bit deeper in the sole there, so if you like that little bit of height, these are perfect. But that upper is so different. Now, you'll know about this, Derek, laser cutting.
Laser cutting, yes.
That's what it reminds me of, even though I've never laser cut in my life, but that's what it reminds me of.
Well, and it reminds me of the finish on it as well, because it's really, really clever, because they've managed to, it's almost like a cross-stitch pattern.
Yes, it is.
Has been etched into the leather.
Yes.
And they've left some florals behind as well in, I guess you call it like a burnout kind of thing,
like a
wouldn't
devoré.
you? Devoré.
Devoré.
You've got all the words, you,
It's a good
Sheila,
word,
haven't you?
that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Devoré.
I love that. We've no idea what it means, by the way, but it's a lovely sounding name. Now, there's a little touch of gold and silver going on at the back of these as well, isn't there?
Yeah, and which is really nice because it's slightly padded as well, so you've got all that comfort around the heel as well. But don't they look fantastic on the foot? I wasn't too sure when they were sat on the table, but I think they've got a really nice shape to them.
Have you noticed, Sheila, as well? And I've only just noticed, because we have a little monitor with all the facts and figures just off camera. I had no idea until looking down at the screen that these are a fly flock, because this is a very, very different style for a fly flock.
Do you know, when I put them on, I thought these have got fantastic comfort, but didn't realise myself because it is a different look.
This, I think, is one of those that it's almost like planting a bulb in the garden. This is like the flower already in full bloom, because when the sun comes out and when we can get out into the garden and when we can lounge in the sunshine again, Sheila, these are going to be perfect.
Absolutely perfect. And do you know what these are really nice for? Ladies that are not very fond of their feet. You know, and I do know a lot of people that say, oh, I can't wear a sandal. And this is sort of in between that lovely little pump, because it's got all those nice cutouts, but you're not actually seeing your toes, or if you've got issues, maybe a bunion or a corn or something like that. These are really prettily done with that lovely cutout as well.
For me, it's all about the colours here as well, because I just think to have that choice of colour, I have to say that yellow, which is a bit of a deeper, almost an ochre kind of tone, is really, really lovely. I love the fact as well that every single one of these has that bright and contrasting sole as well. So that just adds a little bit of a modern twist to it, and they're ever so lightweight, aren't they?
Incredibly lightweight, and it's just got the tiniest heel, so you're not totally flat to the floor.
Now, a little bit of a wedge, probably one of the first wedges that we would have seen this year. And isn't it lovely? It
is, just to embrace the summer that will be around the corner.
Of course it will. Well, we're going to have so much sunshine this year. I'm no weatherman, but we deserve it, don't we?
We do. Yes.
And I think these are super. It's funny, isn't it? Because year on year on year, we have this type of style, and they just seem to get more and more comfy. Because I'm just feeling that cushion support.
That footbed is beautiful, isn't it? It's really soft, pliable, and I think actually that footbed, I know it's leather, but it feels like a suede or a nubuck underfoot.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
So it's got a really nice feel to it. But the upper, That design, they look like those lovely sort of medallions or dream catchers. It's a really nice design on that upper.
Yeah, it's lovely. Colours here as well are superb. I love the green because, again, that's almost sort of pistachio kind of colour, isn't it? Which is really, really lovely. You've got your classics, you've got your white, you've got your navy there as well, but you've got a nice choice for this year. In fact, I think actually, given the price of these two, we might well be doing a bit of multicolour shopping, do you think?
I think so.
Now we have got, see, this is a part where I think actually I am glad to be a boy because I'm not sure I could ever manage on anything with any height to it. But these are quite nicely balanced out, aren't they, Sheila?
They certainly are, because they've got the platform underneath, like your toes, the ball of your foot. Then it goes into this nice wedge, but it balances it, so you're not actually seem to be walking on any height because your toes are not pushed forward. It's a really, really nice height actually. And if you do like that little bit of a heel normally, this is a great way of doing it with a wedge.
Love the decoration on these as well. It's really nice. Kind of got that kind of arts and crafts feel about it, hasn't it?
Really nice. Just something a little bit different as well. Love that stitch detail. And I think that orange one is beautiful that I'm actually wearing. I think it's gorgeous. And the leather is supple, it's soft. You've got leather underfoot as well. And I just think, yeah, they're just that little bit different.
It is, it's lovely. Now they're red that you've got on, but they have got that little orange twist. Coral.
Yes, coral.
That's it, that's it. I do like that stitching through the front, and just the little, it almost looks like buttons. It's actually more pieces of leather which have been fashioned with a little stud to make the flowers there. But it's got that nice kind of spring in your step of feel.
Yeah, and it's got a really nice rocking motion when you actually walk in them. And I love the platform because it looks like cork, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, although it isn't. It's a composite and it's very, very lightweight. Well, gosh, I know Sheila's got a nice big shopping list on the go there. I'm sure you have as well. All the details, of course, on the website, and so many more styles to choose from as well. And don't forget to check out here on YouTube because we've got videos popping up all the time. See you for another one soon.